In this video guide, we're going to talk about Metahuman Creator in Unreal Engine 5. So you can see here I have my Epic Launcher opened up, and just to show you here, you can go in the marketplace and you can look for metahumans. We already talked about the metahumans in another video, just as an introduction. We're going to do an introduction here as well, but this time we're going to see the Unreal Engine metahuman creator. So how to customize your metahumans and then use them in Unreal Engine 5 for a video game or another application. So of course you need to have the Epic Games installed. You can look for in the marketplace for Metahuman. You will find different plugins or different tools, but in this case, if you want to use the most advanced plugin, you can go in the Metahuman plugin right there. And also in here, there is a really interesting feature which is currently under development, but is pretty stable, which is Mesh to Metahuman. It's another really handy and outstanding feature of Unreal Engine 5, and perhaps we're gonna do another video about this. But in short, it's basically a tool that lets you bring in a model from, let's say, Blender, which is a 3D open source, but any other 3D software. So if you create a 3D model in Blender or other 3D software, you can also use tools like Polycam, which is an app or an application that lets you create a 3D rendering from pictures, from photos that you can do also with your smartphone. And again, we're gonna do another video guide dedicated to that as well. But in this video, we're gonna concentrate on the most basic and introductory part of the Metahuman creator. But keep in mind that you can be really precise and create really close 3D character using Mesh to Metahuman. Now, in this case, I'm using the first person scene just to show you how you can bring a metahuman inside your level in a real engine. And of course, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you are a pure beginner, you should check the Unreal video course and the first lessons of the Unreal video course in our channel. You will find a lot of lessons explaining how to start your first level, how to use templates, and so on. So this is the first person template, which is given by the Unreal Engine editor, and this is the content drawer. So if I go inside my content drawer right now, I've already inserted a metahuman. Inserting a metahuman, uploading a metahuman into your level is really simple. And once you do that, you will find it, let me show you here, in the content, you will find a folder called metahumans. This is where all your metahumans will be when you will import them into your scene, into your level. And then you will find this BP, which is blueprint class, and you can click and drag that inside your level and your metahuman will appear. Now this is Vivian metahuman that it's part of the presets. So it's something that you will already find preset for you in the metahuman libraries, but I will show you how you can create also and customize these presets, these characters. So if you go in Window Quixel Bridge, this is where you get materials and assets, objects, props, a lot of stuff that you can use in your scenes in Unreal Engine 5. And if you cannot see this, or if it's not working properly, try to check the plugins. So if you go in Edit and go in the plugins, let's type here Quixel. So you need Quixel Bridge activated as a plugin if it's not activated by default. And also let's search for Metahuman. And this is the plugin that I already downloaded for also to use the Mesh to Metahuman. So I will also use this just to be sure. And then you need to restart your Unreal Engine application. Okay, so there you go. Now it's restarted, and now I can see here in Pixel Bridge you have 3D assets, surfaces, decals, other stuff, and all of this is you will find it in the Unreal Engine video course explained. Now we're gonna go directly into the Metahumans presets, and these are the ones that you can start with if you want to just try to start to experiment. You can see I already have some of these. Now when you see the green button there, you need to download that, and it's going to take a lot of time, so you need to be patient to download an entire MetaHuman, because it's not a simple mesh, but it contains a lot of information like hairs and beard and mustaches and clothes and so on. Now you can see I already downloaded Vivian right here. So when you download a MetaHuman, you will find a blue button instead of a green button. That means that you can, if you click on the thumbnail of Vivian, it's going to open up this right panel. And here you can either add the character by clicking on the plus. That's how you can add it to your level, and you're gonna see it directly here. When you press add, then if you go here in the content, you will navigate into the MetaHumans folder, and this is where you will find your character with the name that you given the character, or that it's its own. So you either create a character and import a preset character in Unreal Engine, a MetaHuman, some of this one here, or you can start the Metahuman Creator, which is the tool that will let you create metahumans. Again, you can create them from a preset. It's going to be a longer job if you want to get to something that's going to be similar to your character that you have in mind, or else you can use mesh to MetaHuman. You can see here also it's going to open up a page, so everything runs online, and we can see that there are other information about the plugin, and also the MetaHuman plugin and the mesh to MetaHuman feature and so on. So we are back here basically in the same page in the marketplace. So if I run the MetaHuman creator, I just need to wait that it's gonna load up in my web page. So everything is a web app. It's running online currently. Perhaps in the future it will be like embedded into Unreal Engine 5, but at the moment this is an online tool, a website. So we need to be patient if we don't have enough broadband. If we have a slow connection, internet connection, we need to be patient. It's gonna load up eventually. So you can see here is loading. Now, if you want to support us, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support us more, you can join as a supporter. This is going to help us to create more video guides, more videos, more courses, and so on. So please support us. So right now, we're just, there you go. And just another tip I want to give to the beginners, if you don't know how to do it. If you go here, you run the engine the first time, you need to run it from this button right here in the library. I'm sorry this is in Italian, but it's pretty easy to understand. You have a yellow button there on the top right. You just click on that. You run the engine. When you run the engine the first time, make sure you install in the options, in the plugin installation right there, you can install the samples and the presets. And this is where I got my first person. You also have third person, other templates. So make sure you do that. But again, that's explained in the Unreal Engine video course. Now I'm gonna go here in the MetaHuman Creator, which is finally opened up, and you can see I can create a MetaHuman, and I have my MetaHuman page now. So when I need to create a MetaHuman, I need to start from a base character like this ones here. So I need to pick a preset, the one that I like the most, and then from that I need to change it and customize it. I want to create a custom character. Now you need to get as close as you can to the one that you have in mind. So you just change the color of the eyes, some features of the face, some features of the body, the hair colors, and then you have your character. It's like in video games when you customize your avatar, your character in a video game. So it's not really different. Now I'm gonna stop the animation here so it's gonna be less confusing. And you see there in the left side, it's really simple. You have panel here on the left side, and on the right side you also have some information about the keys that you can use to use the editor. So basically, if you use the scroll wheel, you can zoom. If you press the right button, you can orbit. If you press the scroll wheel, you can pan. These are the three main navigation buttons, and then you have others there if you want to expand on this. So it's pretty easy to navigate around. So this is a 3D object. It's not like an animation. You can actually see it navigate in 3D real time on the web. And then you have a series of tools here. Also, you can change the lighting if you want. So you can have a more natural light or more dramatic. And you have other stuff here. Well, there is a lot of tools actually. So this is just an introduction. I cannot show you everything, but just to do like an overview, you can see here you can manipulate, you can sculpt using these tools here on the toolbar on the left. So you can just click and drag on all those like points, and you can change the aspect of the body and of the face of the character. So here, this is another one. You can move, change the shape of the nose. Depending on what handle you pick is gonna affect in a different way your character. And you can see here, well, you can make your experiment. It's easy once you understand. Once you're in here, it's also fun to change and to customize all this stuff. And also here you have skins, texture, freckles, other stuff that you can change in the character. And perhaps it's better to use some natural light here to see better. There you go. This one looks better. So you can see here it's changing like the texture of the skin. So you can make a older or younger character and things like that. And then you have features like eyes, teeth, makeup, and you have different airs, air makeup, air brush. There you go. And when you find that triangle with that mark, that means that it's experimental, so it's perhaps less stable. And you have beard, and you have also body here. You can change the body. You can change the top, the bottom, clothing, and really have fun with this. But again, I'm just going real quick. I'm sure you understand and that you can just play around by yourself by now. Here, let's change also the pattern on the shirt, and you can change the pants and so on. You have also other panels like details, graphics, and other stuff. Now, another really funny thing is that you can change. You can see this the pose, so you can try different poses. You can try different expressions on the face. You can pose in a different way the body, so it's really fun then to test your character. Now, if you click on the top left there, on My Metahumans, you can see now that you can save and you can delete. You can also re-edit, go back to edit mode. So you can also create more metahumans. So once you finished, it's going to be saved in the My Metahuman section, both here in the website, but also in a real engine. So you can create more than one and perhaps make some more tests and try to, again, get the closest to the one that you had in mind. Now, let's say that I'm fine with this and I want to bring it into a real engine. So I'm just going to go here back into Quixel, and you can see now I have my metahumans. And this is the one that I've just created. And I need to download it as well. So then I can go back and re-edit, reload it as many times as I want. So have fun, play around with this tool. I just showed you the basics here. But if you're interested, check the Unreal Engine video course in the channel. We have also other video courses for 3D modeling tools, 3D sculpting tools like Blender or 3D Studio Max or Cinema 4D, Maya, and so on. And well, just continue to play around. This is going to be it for this video guide. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.